How are you doing this morning, Laura? You having a good day?
Yeah, honestly, I'm very tired because I've got a teething 4-month-old, and that's really fun to go through. So parents out there, say a tiny prayer for me. I need it right now. But yesterday we went on a huge walk, and it was really nice to get that many steps in and get moving that much. I think we walked, according to my phone, around 4 to 5 miles.
Oh my God, my feet hurt hearing that. That's a lot.
It was, it just started as we were walking around our neighborhood, and then we're like, hey, let's see what's up this street. Hey, let's go down this street. And by the time we spent like an hour and a half outside walking because it was just so nice outside.
You would have had to put me in the stroller if I was James. Like, I can't walk anymore.
No, he was the one that kept leading us along the way, and I was like, you know what, I'm here. I got my big giant Stanley Cup full of water. Let's go.
It was so nice. I actually should have reached out to you that my wife, Lindsay, had to take like a personal day because if you don't use your vacation, you lose it.
Oh, yeah.
So she was doing that yesterday and just working on some stuff around the house. And after you and I had a really cool meeting about something we're going to talk about soon, really excited what we get to do here in West Michigan.
Yeah.
We went into your neighborhood, Alger Heights, and we went to the Old Goat.
Oh, you were right next to me.
I thought about I'm like, oh, God, she's probably taking a nap. She should at least because she's been doing so much.
No, you probably drove by me while I was walking around the neighborhood for an hour and a half because I legitimately was out there. We took one first walk at like 1 o'clock for like 30 minutes and went a big distance, about the normal distance we go. And then we went back out like an hour and a half later after my husband got some work done. Went out for another hour and a half. So, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was so nice. And then I just kind of wrapped up the day. It's not like my favorite thing to do, but I think I there's a lot of things in life I feel like I can't control, and I try to do it all the time. That's a therapy story for later. But
sure.
One thing I can do, I take a lot of pride in things when they look nice, like even just my yard.
Oh, yeah.
So I spent yesterday, I hate raking, but I raked up like all the debris and all the stuff, and I was doing it as the sun was setting, and my hands were all like blistered up, and my feet are sore, but I'm like, I feel proud of myself. This looks aesthetically pleasing.
Well, yeah, because you get to drive and pull into your driveway and see a nice yard. And, I want to start doing that even though we don't own our home. Because I'm like, I just kind of want to start making it look a little nicer. Because if I'm going to be here, I don't want to have to look at like crappy bushes and weeds in the yard and things like that. So I think that's my goal for this year. And to replace the spot in the backyard that Tulip has decimated because she pees in the same spot constantly.
Oh, yeah, it's just burning constantly.
Oh, it's just gone. It's just a dirt pile. And so I've got to replace that before my landlords pay attention. So,
well, hey, we are so glad that you are spending your Wednesday morning with us. We are Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. Let's get it going with Bruno Mars.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
So about a month ago, a bronze statue of Kobe Bryant was unveiled in LA. I remember everybody was talking about this. Well, now the Lakers are looking to make corrections to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this statue, if you haven't seen it, it's about 19 feet tall. It sits on top of a granite base that, I didn't know this, but was designed in West Michigan by Patton Monument Company and Great Lakes Granite Works.
Oh, that's exciting. I didn't know it came from here.
Yeah, well, here's the part where it gets a little embarrassing. Some people have noticed since it's been up there, there's errors on the statue's base, including misspelling of names.
Oh, no.
And on the other side of the granite base, there's some like formatting mistakes where things don't look right.
Oh, guys, we had a chance to really shine in the big city. And
Well, they're going to go out there. They're going to fix it. It's just, that's something that would happen if I worked there. Like, did Joe do it again? Joe did it again.
Why did we let Joe be in charge of this? Okay, this is exciting. If you haven't seen him now, maybe you'll have a chance. Due to popular demand, comedian Nate Bargatze has added a second performance of his Be Funny tour to Van Andel Arena.
That's pretty big to do the Van Andel twice.
Yeah, I mean, he did the Kalamazoo State Theater twice last year, which was a big deal. So for him to go from a room that size to a room the size of the Van Andel is insane. His first night was June 14th, but now he's adding his second night on June 5th, which is after his 2 nights at Pine Knob Theater. So technically you have 4 chances to see him in Michigan this year if you're willing to road trip to the east side.
That's really cool.
Yeah, one of the funniest guys out there. Definitely go check him out. He's got some great specials up on Netflix if you haven't heard of him.
And your final need to know news story happened here in Michigan. You know, most people try to break out of prison, but this Michigan man had other plans. Cody Bellamy was arrested after breaking into a closed down prison.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is law enforcement talking about what's going on.
Most of the time when we get called is for somebody trying to break out of prison, not break into prison. His initial statements were that he wanted to just walk around and take a look, but in reality, when you're in possession of burglary tools and masks, we know that's not the case.
Is there something hidden in the walls that someone left behind? Like, what are you stealing from an empty, closed prison?
I could see wanting to look around and see what's going on, but yeah, well, you're busted, dude. That's your need to know news on Mix 95.7.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
When I was in school, the only class I liked, which people are going to laugh at, was gym. That was fun to play sports. But other than that, I struggled in school.
Oh, I loved it, but I had a lot of music classes that I took that really kind of kept me sane.
Well, this is cool. A new class musically involved at Ottawa Hills High School is teaching students how to produce their own songs in the school's new state-of-the-art recording studio.
How cool. I would have loved to have taken this in high school.
The new music production and entrepreneurship class uses the space to teach the kids about the music recording industry and giving them opportunities to turn that passion into a career. It's all thanks to a former graduate from 2007, Lucius B. Hoskins, who is an award-winning musician, songwriter, and music producer. So that is so cool to go to your school and come back and do that.
Absolutely. To give back like that to your community when you don't have to, like, good for them. And Ottawa Hills High School, send us some of your tracks. We would love to hear them.
That or let us use your studio. It's probably better than ours.
Probably. All right, so you've been hearing us play Texas Hold'em since it came out. Woo! And now the Yeehaw Beyonce era is finally here. Yesterday, we found out in a surprise announcement that Beyonce's new album is coming out in 2 weeks on March 29th. It's called Renaissance Act 2, Cowboy Carter. I love this. I'm all in for it. The cover art is just a saddle with the title on a red, white, and blue sash. And she also has merchandise for sale on her website. But here's the thing I'm most excited about. Yesterday, in a completely separate announcement, Dolly Parton was talking to like a local news station in Tennessee, and she was like, yeah, Beyonce covered Jolene, and I'm pretty sure she's about to drop it. So I think it's coming on this album. There's nothing confirmed, but I want to hear Beyonce do Jolene so bad.
If you don't put it out on this album, when are you going to do it?
Exactly.
Right?
So let's go. March 29th, the Yeehaw Beyonce era begins.
And your final need to know news story made me think of you, Laura, and if you ran away, I'm pretty sure this is where you'd go. A 12-year-old runaway was found after spending the night inside of an Ohio Target.
Okay, a Target, yes, and Ohio, no.
I'm glad that the kid's safe and all, but still, that's just shocking. They wouldn't be able to, go through and see that there's a kid in here.
A child alone, period, is bad. But then inside a retail store, a whole lot of things could happen.
I don't know, though. If I was to stay the night, I think I'd be fine in a Target. I'd find a microwave. I'd find some pizza rolls. We'd be good.
Yeah, there's no problems here. I would be snacking. I wouldn't be getting into any problems. I'd probably be like trying to see which Stanley Cup I like the most.
That's your Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. We are the Big Joe and Laura Show here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. And I was out with my wife, Lindsay. We always go to our favorite place, and I just love it. They don't trust me. I wish I got free food there because I talk about it all the time, but I love Sharia, and it's just right down the road from where we live.
Yeah.
We go there for brunch, and it's just so good. And we were sitting next to this couple, probably a little bit younger than my wife, Lindsay, and I, and out of nowhere, hold on, I guess for this I have to do a dramatic reenactment. 1 second.
Okay, you're grabbing tissues for all the people who aren't me that can't see this.
Yep. So I'm there sitting, I'm sipping my hazelnut coffee, and all of a sudden I hear... This girl. Oh, well, that was... Wow, I don't...
Oh, no, that was a live one.
Should not look that color. No, the girl, I get it, we blow our nose. Lindsay all the time yells at me, blow your nose. But when I have to blow my nose, and I've done it at Shreen, I've done other places, you got to go to the bathroom. Whether it's a full nasal passage clear. Oh, God, I got stuff everywhere.
Foghorn.
Yeah. A vuvuzela horn. Yeah. I feel like, Laura, you need to go to the bathroom for that. I know it's a human function, but at the same time, I'm a gassy dude. Like, but you want me tooting at the table because naturally it comes out of your body? No.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If I don't know you did it, I'm not going to get on your case about it. If you could somehow subtly, and I know people that can be subtle, like kind of look like you're wiping your mouth and you do the little nose, wipe type deal where you're not fully blowing and all of that. If you could get away with that, I'm going to let you get away with that. You're a professional. You've got this under control. That's great. However, if you are, sounding the foghorn over Lake Michigan, trying to clear that out, yeah, absolutely. Get to the bathroom. It's gross. I don't want to hear you coughing and sneezing at the same time, because if you're sitting there open-faced sneezing onto your plate and I'm at the next table, I'm worried I'm getting some of the debris from that, and I'm not okay with it.
616-600-0957. I'm curious if you are a person that blows your nose, or maybe you're a person that actually works at a restaurant. Like, there's so many different people that could chime in on this, because it's just... I don't like to consider myself being a diva or being, hard to deal with, but that just grosses me out.
Okay, I've got a second scenario for you. They go in the bathroom. Do they have to go in a stall, or can they just do it right there, like in the little sink vanity area?
Yeah, right in the vanity. I do it all the time.
So that doesn't bother you that they're just blowing their nose like in a public space in general. It's only when it's near food.
Yeah, like when you're in a bathroom, you're blowing everything out. I mean, like the bathroom's... The bathroom is a very interesting place, but it's, you know what I'm not doing in there? I'm not eating.
Yeah, I mean, true.
I don't know, am I crazy here? Does this not make sense to everybody? You don't blow your nose in a restaurant?
I mean, as long as you aren't getting caught.
Okay, I'm not going to eat with you today. 616.
I'm not going to blow my nose in public.
I can't trust you. 600-0957. It's the Big Joe and Laura show here on Mix 95.7.
And we've been talking about your restaurant experience that almost made you either yell at a random stranger or walk out yourself.
Well, to be fair, I said I was going to walk out, but I wasn't going to. That's like people that say they're going to leave the country, but they don't. I mean, am I really going to leave my food behind? No. I'm going to stick around for that. But yeah, it's just, I understand we all blow our nose. I'm the king of it. My wife yells at me all the time. I think she'll kill me in my sleep because I sniff all the time.
Sure.
But you don't blow your nose at the table. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to. I'll excuse it with a little kid, but even then I'm like, hey, kid, to the restroom.
Listen, I'm fine if you're subtle enough that I don't notice you're doing it, but the second I know you're doing it, you've messed up and you need to walk away.
We'd love to hear what you think about this. We got some great comments on our Mix 95.7 and Big Joe and Laura Facebook page.
Yeah, we heard from Katie who said, I personally think it depends on the blow. If it's a little blow of something small, that's acceptable to stay at the table. But if it's about to be loud AF and gross, please excuse yourself. Some people have weak stomachs. It could ruin someone else's meal. And
could you imagine you're cracking open like a sunny side up egg? And that happens.
Or like an oyster.
Yeah. No, I'm good, thanks.
Now Hector said, yeah, go to the bathroom. What are you planning to do with the paper? Put it in the table by your food? Are you not going to wash your hands? Which, okay, that's a valid point. Because if you have got any contaminants on your hands, even if it's just from the blowing of the air past your hands, you need to go wash your hands. Unless you're sitting there with like a hand sanitizer in your purse, maybe I'd accept that. But even that, we all know the hand sanitizer after COVID, we learned, is not nearly as good as actually washing your hands. So if like there's boogers, just because you hand sanitize them does not mean they left your hands.
I hope if you're listening right now and you're one of the nose blowers, you change your ways, okay?
Yeah.
Just step it up and be better.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. Laura leaves the room, and we all enjoy the silence for a little bit, and you'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Mark and Ada is on today playing Laura Can't Lose.
Welcome back, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Laura, Big Joe.
I'm excited that you're playing with us. You played against Wendy when I was gone, and you have your daughter Hazel hopefully helping you out a little bit there in the car, right?
Hi.
Hey, Hazel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, you two are going to be playing for $25 in Michigan lottery tickets. To begin, we just have to tell Laura to get out of the studio.
Laura, go to... Whoa. Go to
Even the
quiet.
dog.
Even the dog's helping. All right, I'll leave. Jeez, don't stick your dog on me.
I like that, Mark. A little authority. Perfect. Question 1. What is the largest bone in the human body?
The femur.
Question 2. What is the name of Sabrina's cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Pass.
Question 3. What state was Alicia Keys born in?
I'm going to go with New Jersey.
Question 4. What U.S. festival hosted over 350,000 music fans back in 1969?
Woodstock.
Question 5. What's the name of the pig in the book Charlotte's Web?
Arnold. Oh, Wilbur.
Question 2. What's the name of Sabrina's cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Man, I'm going to take a flyer with Sparkle.
Ooh, I love Sparkle. What a name. All right, let's bring Laura back in. Laura!
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Coffee, let's go.
You got a chance to beat Mark and Hazel and their dog that obviously does not like you. If you get 3, you will tie. 4, you will win today.
All right, let's see how I do.
Laura, question 1. What is the largest bone in the human body?
Largest bone. I want to say, is it your femur?
It is your femur.
Oh, that was a good guess.
Correct, 1-1. Question 2, what is the name of Sabrina's cat in Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Oh, also the name of my favorite city in Massachusetts, Salem.
That is correct. You've now taken a 2-1 lead. Question 3, what state was Alicia Keys born in?
Oh, God, I have no clue. Wait, you're asking me this? I feel like she has to be she's not a Michigander, is she? Is she from Michigan? I'm guessing Michigan. Why not?
You're going to guess Alicia Keys is from Michigan. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wrong, as well as Mark's guess of New Jersey. Didn't she write a song called In New York?
Well, everybody likes New York.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Okay, fine. I just thought she liked New York. I didn't know she was from there.
You and Mark getting remixes of it. In New Jersey. In Michigan.
I was closer.
Yeah, I'm saying, Mark at least was in the right part of the country, so he should get a half point for that one.
I wish that's how it worked. Going into question number 4, it is a 2-2 game. Question 4. What U.S. festival hosted over 350,000 music fans in 1969?
That would be Woodstock.
That would be correct. It's a 3-2 game going into question number 5. What is the name of the pig in the book Charlotte's Web?
Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. Oh, this is going to bother. Wilbur.
That is correct.
I loved the movie as a kid. I never read the book, but that was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Laura, you won today 4-3, beating Mark, Hazel, and their dog, and Ada.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Since they didn't win today, that means that the Michigan Lottery jackpot is now up to $30. If you want to play Laura Can't Lose, call 616-600-0957.
Listen, I want everyone to be happy, but it almost feels suspicious to be this happy this quickly. Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix, and I've got a kind of loaded question for this morning.
I like loaded questions.
Yeah, well, and maybe you'll disagree with me, and it's totally fine if you do. Give us a call, 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app. I want to know, when is too soon to move on once your partner has passed away? And now, if this hasn't happened to you, obviously a lot of us it hasn't. Think of it hypothetically. Imagine your husband is still around or your wife is still around after you're gone. When are you going to be okay with them moving on without you? And I asked this question only because it kind of recently has sparked up in my life. I have my dad's cousin. Recently, his wife of like 20, 30 years passed away. Very tragically, very quickly. They had a very happy marriage. They had kids who were almost 18, 19 years old. And I don't want to name names. They don't live here. They're not going to hear this, so it's fine. But she passed away, I want to say December of last year. He just got remarried like a few weeks ago, I found out via Facebook. Because, like, you know how people won't just like throw that out there immediately, especially when it's a little suspicious. But he has already moved on. He has married a woman and all of this. And I'm just like, your wife just died of cancer. Like, I mean, you move on at your pace. You find your people when you find your people. So I don't want to like say that he's doing anything bad. I don't think anything nefarious happened there. It just feels like I don't know if I could move on that quickly after losing someone who was so important in my life for so long.
Does he have kids?
Yeah, 2 of them. They're both like 18, 19 years old. So they're out of the house, or at least graduating high school this year, if not.
How do they feel about it?
I don't know. I'm afraid to ask because it's like we're not like close enough in the sense of like I don't see them frequently. Like, we're Facebook friends and I see them at family functions or funerals or things like that. Because again, it's my dad's cousin, so it's like a little distance for me. But no, I can't. If I were in their situation, I would be weirded out because my stepmom, my dad passed away 9 years ago. She's not even considered another human, and I don't think I'm still ready for that even 5 years later. So I can't imagine these kids are cool with it, right?
I would assume not, but usually when there's somebody new in your life, regardless of how they got there, there's usually resistance. I know for me, like if I was to drop dead today, Lindsay's like, it's not worth the time. She would just be a single lady for the rest of her life with dogs.
Know.
But
that lumberjack that she saw across at the Polish Hall a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Maybe if he came around, do you think would you be okay if she married him within a year of you dying?
I think he's a bad guy because he's currently married to somebody else, I assume.
You assume? Do you know?
I don't know. Here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. I do know people that have lost, for example, a parent, and then their parent, who's still alive, like find somebody new. And it's not even to me the amount of time, it's how you handle the situation. It could be 6 months or 6 years. Some people may never think that's enough time either way.
Sure.
But I think the fact is you can't just dump that on your family or have an expectation like accept this new person. You have to bring them in. You've got to be, I feel like if you have children and your spouse died, regardless if they are 18 or 38, you need to like have gentle gloves, like kids' gloves. This is a big thing. I'm not saying, but also I do wonder, it's like, wait, 2-3 months later, like, did you just already say, oh, my partner's dying, let's find who's next? That's just what I wonder.
That's what my brain goes to. And I don't think that this person is like that. I genuinely think he's a very kind, nice person. I don't really think there's any shady there. But it felt weird to be like, hey, it feels like she just passed away. What do you mean you just announced you married some woman? I don't even know this person. I've never met them. And it's not like you have to run it by me. You don't owe me the approval. I'm not like your kid or anything, but it feels weird to move on that quickly. So we want to know, maybe you know a scenario this has happened and it worked out great and you could prove me wrong, or we want to know, when do you think it would be okay if your spouse moved on? Give us a call, 616-600-0957. Again, that's 616-600-0957. If my husband moves on in less than 10 years after I die, I am absolutely haunting him. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, and I say this because recently I had a family member who it's my father's cousin. His wife passed away of terrible cancer about January of last year.
Yeah.
He is already remarried just exactly almost a year later. And, I'm shocked at this. I'm happy he's happy at the end of the day. It's not my business. I'm not going to tell him not to do anything, but it feels weird to watch somebody who was married happily for 30 plus years when their partner tragically and quickly dies, that they just move on that quickly.
I wonder if they think because they're so old that maybe, you know what, I don't have a lot of time left, that I don't want to be alone.
Yeah, and I totally understand that. So we want to know, how long should someone wait to move on after their partner passes away? We would love to hear from you at 616-600-0957. Jessica and Ionia, you said you have a similar situation where someone kind of moved on quickly. What's going on?
My boyfriend's mom passed away from brain cancer. It was January of 2023. They had her memorial in May or June. His stepdad was already with what he was calling the love of his life, and they had been together for like over 20 years, and he's already remarried.
How's your husband taking that?
He doesn't say too much about it, but I don't think he approves of it. And it was also very weird because his stepdad brought her around to meet his grandmother and stuff like that. It was just kind of tacky, like she just lost a daughter and you're already introducing someone to her like that.
Oh, that's rough. And it's like you want them to be happy, but you're like, hey, can we be happy too? Like, we're all grieving this together.
Right.
Lacey and Morley, what do you think? How long should someone wait to move on after their partner passes away?
Honestly, I'm kind of torn on this one. We lost my mom in 2017, and my stepdad, it's been almost 7 years. He said he's never moving on. He's just going to be a papa to my kids and a dad to me. But we actually broached the topic with my husband because twice in the last 3 years, I almost passed. And I asked him what he would do. And he's like, I would never remarry. He goes, I may eventually move on, and date. He goes, but I would never remarry. I married you and I can never have another wife. He's like, and it would also depend on how we have 3 girls. He goes, it would depend on how our girls handled it, because how they feel about it is more important than me finding somebody else.
Wow, that is that's a good one.
First of all, so sweet. Like, I love that people have that kind of love. It can hold that kind of love for someone else, and I'm glad that they have that for you. I don't think, in my stepmom's case, because my dad passed away, I don't think she's ever probably going to date or anything like that for the same reason. And if she did decide she wanted to, I'm happy for her. I want her to be happy in whatever way she needs to. But it's if you could hold that place in your heart and move on in life and still be happy, that's amazing too.
And it's great that's how you guys feel, because like I know myself, if Lindsay, God forbid, passed away today, I would be on Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, maybe even Grindr, just to find somebody to take care of me.
You're the worst.
I would be heartbroken, and I think that it's been 18 years this year that we've been together. I don't feel like, even if I tried dating, I don't think I could ever get remarried if something was to happen to him.
Sure.
It's one of those situations where you met someone and it happens to be like that one.
Yeah.
And I just don't think I could ever do the same. I might date, but I don't think I'd ever get remarried.
Absolutely. Lacey, thank you so much for calling in this morning and sharing your story. We appreciate you. We hope you have a great rest of your morning.
You both as well.
We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We've been talking about how about you should wait before you move on after your partner passes away. We've got Hector in Grand Rapids here to talk about this insane experience. Hector, what happened in your family?
My uncle's wife died in bed with him and everything. And by the time they had the funeral, he had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend come to the funeral. And we were like, no, man, no, come on. Yeah, and his girlfriend came to the funeral. And no one said anything. No one blinked an eye or anything. They just, that's just Uncle Zorro.
No,
man.
Oh, wait, so did they have like a bad relationship? Were they happily married?
Well, I guess as happy as it can be, apparently, after that. But they had 3 kids together. Like, they had 3 grown kids.
Hector, I would lose it if that was a case like that and my mom comes strutting in with another dude, like if my parents together.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell are you?
Exactly. And she was like this young girl, and at that, she was barely in her 20s.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
I
My
mean,
wife, she knows. Like, she's 35. If I die, her life's over. She just has to wait for me forever. I'll see her again.
Put on the chastity belt and just,
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, start praying. Just worry about the kids. Worry about the kids.
Hector, we always appreciate when you call. You're always a blast. We hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Shelly and Hastings, what do you think? How long should you have to wait before you move on?
I think number one, it depends on the individual. But when my father lost his wife to cancer, the pastor that came to talk to my dad he's always there to support everybody in his parish. But he basically said that a lot of men in his parish, or from his experience, basically look for somebody to fill a hole. They're looking for companionship, and they're looking for whatever. Now, when women lose their spouse or whatever, they tend to look for somebody that they fall in love with. So it might take them a little bit longer, but everybody is different. So I think it just depends on the individual.
That's an interesting thought that dudes are just like, time to rebound. While women are like, I'm going to actually find someone to replace this person who meant a lot to me. And honestly, that feels very on brand, and I'm not shocked to hear that.
Yep.
Oh, Shelly, thank you for sharing that with us this morning. We really appreciate you. We hope you have a great rest of your morning.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Bye.